Mexico and the United States of America are two North American neighbors that throughout their history have not had very good relations. Between 1846 and 1848, these two countries fought a bloody war in which Mexico was defeated, and was forced to cede a huge portion of its territory to America, territory that today is occupied by Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, and some other states. The loss of these territories has always been a sensitive issue and a painful memory in the collective mind of the Mexicans. Thanks to this, at the beginning of the 20th century, Mexico came to plan a project to recover these territories. It was the Plan of San Diego. Since 1910, Mexico was involved in its bloodiest civil war, the Mexican Revolution. The Mexican presidency was contested by multiple factions, and different warlords controlled large parts of the Mexican territory. Since 1914, America had been actively involved in the conflict, capturing ships and occupying sovereign Mexican territory. Due to this, in January 1915, a group of Mexicans and Americans of Mexican descent devised the Plan of San Diego. The plan consisted in taking advantage of the tensions and racial problems of America at that time, encourage African Americans, Mexican Americans, Native Americans, and Asian Americans to rise up in arms, and form the Army for the Liberation of Races and Peoples. This army would fight the U.S. Army, occupy the states of Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, Oklahoma, Kansas and Colorado, and would execute all white Americans over 16 years old. Later, with all these territories occupied, independence would be declared, and this new country would be reintegrated to Mexico. Also, some territorial concessions would be granted to African Americans and Native Americans so that they could start their own ethno-states. However, shortly after the plan was designed, in Texas, Basilio Ramos was arrested, a Mexican revolutionary who had in his possession a copy of the plan. The American government tried to keep the project secret in order to further investigate and arrest more people related to the project. However, a month later, in February, the project came to light, and the other members of this project rapidly fled America. Basilio Ramos was the only one captured. However, the project did not end here. Even with the American government aware of the existence of this plan, the entire American West militarized, and the white Americans heavily armed and ready to fight any rebellion. Some Mexicans on different occasions crossed the border and carried out attacks in order to bring to reality this racial war that the Plan of San Diego advocated. This was the case of the raid in Noria's Ranch, or the raid of Ojo de Agua. Despite this, the situation only remained in raids and skirmishes, and a major conflict never occurred. By 1916, the situation was quite pacified. It is worth mentioning that that year, America carried out a great military expedition to the north of Mexico in order to capture the Mexican revolutionary Francisco Pancho Villa, who had crossed the border and attacked an American town in New Mexico. One theory states that the Plan of San Diego was not really a real project, and it was just a trick on the part of President Venustiano Carranza to force the American government to recognize him as the legitimate president of Mexico, which finally happened. However, many others, including Basilio Ramos during his interrogation, assure that the plan was totally true and was planned in the first instance by former Mexican President Victoriano Huerta, in a desire to recover his former lost territories without the need to drag his country to a conflict that it very likely could have lost. It is also worth mentioning that after 1917, when the Zimmermann telegram was discovered, where the German Empire offered an alliance to Mexico to attack America, many Americans felt that, if this rebellion had really happened, it would have the support of Germany. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Remember that you can leave your opinion in the comments and tell me if you want a video about a particular topic.